welcome back to the club. I'm one of your hosts, Ashlyn, and I just want to say happy holidays. What a wonderful time of the year. And it's only made better by the fact that I'm joined by my bestie, my favorite blondie, my girl from across the U.S., Miss Katie Hoyt. How are you doing, Katie?
I'm doing good. I'm looking extra collegiate today. Yeah, that's right. I went to Yale.
Oh, she visited Rhode Island, or is that in Connecticut? I don't know.
Connecticut. But I did go to Yale, so this statement is true. But yeah, I'm all good. Just as of time of recording, it is currently the weekend before Thanksgiving, and I seriously cannot believe that the holidays are among us. Like, the rest of the year is going to absolutely fly by. It's always like these few weeks. Well, I say that, but you know, these weeks always tend to kind of like drag because you're just counting down the days until the Christmas holidays where you're off for like several days in a row.
Yeah.
But it's exciting nonetheless.
Yeah. And I find that the days during the Christmas celebrations are so long. I'm like, how is it 3 p.m.? I've been awake for 38 hours. Like, what?
Literally.
But honestly, I'm so ready. We did a Friendsgiving last night with all of our work friends and a bunch of kids. It was really fun. Susanna had a marvelous time. But we made the ham, and I had the ham going with like this. I made a homemade glaze for it, and my house just smelled like the holidays. I was so excited. So now I'm really in the spirit. I even went to a Christmas store yesterday. I know that's kind of taboo in your world, but actually I want to sound off in the comments. The clubbers, do you put your Christmas tree up before Thanksgiving? Because I literally want to put it up the day after Halloween. Like, that's when it should be up in my household. But I think Katie's pretty staunchly Thanksgiving, day after Thanksgiving.
Yeah, we'll do it after the Thanksgiving meal, just depending on what we've got going on or like how late we stay at our Thanksgiving festivities. The past few years, though, it's been interesting just because we always have like, my brother-in-law is a night nurse, and so he tends to just like work weird hours. So usually we have Thanksgiving on like Friday or Saturday or something. So we're always a little bit all over the place. Sometimes I'll put it up on Wednesday if that's like the only day available to me. But yeah, we're pretty staunchly like, tree doesn't go up until after Thanksgiving. But I will say this year, I have felt kind of like more of a desire to do that. But the thing about me is I hate having like shit in my house. I don't want like stuff everywhere. And so I'm like, December 26th, the tree has to come down. Like, I cannot stand it anymore. I'm ready for my house to just like go back to normal. And so I know if I would have put the tree up on November 1st, I would already be sick of it, like ready to take it down by now.
Yeah. I had this conversation yesterday with my sister because my mom is like, first of all, her house is just like crazy in general. Like, there's not an available surface. Like, everything has a decoration. But then Christmas comes and it's like worse because she keeps up her normal decor plus adds Christmas stuff everywhere. And so my sister, since she has lived by herself, has never put up a Christmas tree or a single like memento outside of a candle because she just gets so overwhelmed with stuff in her house. And I'm not really that way. Like, our rental house has like the biggest living room ever. It's like a bunch of void in there. And so the tree isn't really taking up any space that we actually used ahead of time, which is nice, but I don't put up anything else. Like, the tree takes me like 2 or 3 hours, and I have like a couple little like nutcrackers that I put on a shelf, and that's it. Like, I'm not someone that does the bathrooms and the bedrooms, and so it's like less clutter, but because it takes me so long to put it up, I'm like, I want it up for over a month.
Oh, that makes total sense. I'm the same way. We don't really put up that much. Like, I've got a tree. I've got, we'll like decorate the mantle. Other than that, we don't have like a ton of Christmas decor. But I kind of like grew up that way. And what's so weird is like, my mom, after I left her house, she went crazy. She like changes all of the sheets and comforters in all 4 bedrooms to Christmas nowadays.
Why
and like,
now? Like, no one's there.
That's what I'm saying. Like, for her to enjoy, I guess, for no one to sleep in these beds. But yeah, I don't know. It's really interesting, but I feel like once I have kids, and it's funny, my husband and I were talking about this literally this week. He was like, you're not going to be able to be like sad beige mom. You're going to have color. You're going to have characters. And I was like, that's fine. But my house is still going to look nice whenever I decorate. I do just want to make it like festive for kids. Like I feel like they love shit like that. So anyway,
yeah,
it'll be interesting to see how it changes once we have kids. But yeah, right now it's very sad beige. Like I have a specific tree that's for like specialty ornaments because they cannot mess up the vibe of the actual pretty tree.
And
and that works in my house.
Ones are like cute homemade like crafts. Let me tell you, Susanna ran straight to that tree last year and broke the first ornament she found. I was like, these are handmade. Like, can you please?
Yes.
But this year she's been a lot more careful. She has like 2 or 3 ornaments on our tree that are like hers, and I hang them really low because she'll take them off and put them back on like every day. So she has those that are her ornaments. But no promises at your house if she won't. I mean, who knows how many she'll break this year, but last year she did pretty good after her first.
She did.
Ornament break.
I feel like did she break one last year? But then I don't think after that. I think she pretty much left it alone.
She did because she got in trouble.
Well, she learned her lesson.
She sure did. But yeah, so I'm excited to come to y'all's house for Christmas. It is sad beige. Like there were some photos of Katie's house that we were giggling about from when you lived in Kansas City, where it looks like there's a black and white filter on the photos.
Oh my God. Literally. And this was like peak gray when everything, like all home decor was like gray. Yes, 100%. And so it was like my bed frame was gray, bedding was white, all gray and white pillows, and the walls in my apartment complex, like they did like an accent wall behind the bed, so it was like dark gray, and then the other walls were regular like light gray. Literally the photo, like when I would take a photo of my bed, it looked like it was in grayscale. And I would take photos of like my dog on the bed who was also white with a black nose. And so it just really played into this whole idea that my bedroom was constantly like in a state of black and white. But yeah, it was really funny. Now I've tried to like incorporate a little bit more color, but I'm really stuck on green. And now people are saying it's millennial green. And I'm like,
oh no,
I can't get out of it. How do I get out?
I don't know. I feel like it's hard because home trends just like come and go so quickly. But some colors, gray, like dark green, navy, those are just like neutral colors. It's hard to say
classics.
Yeah, it's hard to say that like those are going to go out. I think what's coming back is like the mid-century modern stuff, and I think people are going to regret that too. So whatever, we'll see where it goes. But I've already talked to Katie about this twice. I have been so sick of you people saying that your tree is Ralph Lauren inspired when you just have a regular Christmas tree.
Yeah, you just like don't have a theme. That it's just the theme is Christmas.
The theme is Christmas. It's red and gold, and some are like older ornaments, some are new, shiny, bright. There's some dark greens, some dark reds. Gold, like red, gold, and green are Christmas colors. Like it's not
right.
It's not Ralph Lauren didn't invent that.
Right. Who I would love to know where the term was coined. Because it's like by the time I saw it, it's just already a trend on TikTok.
Yeah.
I don't know who named it that.
I'm actually not sure either. I feel like there was like a very specific influencer that also has like a antique / vintage house vibe anyway, and they were like, yeah, it's Ralph Lauren inspired. It's like, okay, what does that even mean?
No, it's literally just traditional Christmas. Like I remember years ago, like when you and Jake lived in that house like in Pelham, you were telling me about your Christmas tree, and you were like, I have like a normal Christmas tree. There's not like
red and green and gold, and there's some Santa, there's some snowmen.
Yeah. It's a normal Christmas tree.
Yeah, I've had these ornaments for 6 years. I like get a couple. I've actually got 4 new ones yesterday. They're so cute. They're the same 4, but I went to a Christmas store and I couldn't afford hardly anything in there. I picked up a glass ball ornament that was $25, and I was like, okay, I'm in the wrong store, but it was a really good like Christmas vibe, so I wanted to stay in there. But I did find some really cute reindeer that I got. I'll have to show you.
Very cute. Well, what else is new since we last recorded? What have you guys been up to?
I don't, honestly, not much. I've really been working a lot these last few weeks, but that time has come to pass now. I'm remote in December.
Thank God.
So that'll be good. Thank God, thank God, thank God. And I've really just been trying to do like fun holiday stuff with Susanna because it's starting to get pretty cold. So we went to like the light show at the aquarium, and then there's like a zoo 1, 2 that we're gonna go to. We got season passes to the zoo. She loved it. And then we've just been doing like gatherings with our friends, which is nice. What about you guys? Anything new?
No, so I was like trying to think of what I was gonna share, like updates for me. I literally we don't do anything. Like we work. And then we, Love Island Australia is now coming out, and Hoyt and I have watched. I think we might be on episode 2. Like, we've barely dabbled into it. Now, granted, we started it this week, and I had to finish this book this week. So that is the reason why we have not really gotten much into Love Island Australia. But the only thing that has happened is Hoyt and I got a new car, which was quite an adventure.
Quite drama.
It was really crazy, but and it was also extremely last minute. We were pretty much just like, what if we just got a new car? And so that we did. We got a Kia Telluride. We absolutely love it. Hoyt is obsessed with it, like probably more than me. The more that I drive it, the more I realize that it's a big car, and like it's very easy to drive as a big car, but I'm like feeling myself pulled back to wanting to drive my like smaller car more.
So you kept your car and Hoyt got rid of the sedan. So you have 2 SUVs now.
Yes, we have 2 SUVs, like a Big Mama, the Telluride, and then I have a Hyundai Tucson, which is like mid-level SUV, no third row. But yeah, I'm finding myself like wanting to drive the Telluride less. Now, if he's driving, I want to ride in the Telluride. You know what I mean? But if I'm going to drive, I just prefer like the little bit smaller vehicle. But yeah, it was quite an adventure. We ended up one night after work. I'm not going to go into this whole story because I know this is like gets really in depth. But one night after work, we drove 2.5 hours to Tennessee to buy a different car. Get there, there's a dent in the door. The car reeks of cigarettes. And I literally like verbally abused the people at this car dealership. I was so fucking mean.
To be fair, I think it was warranted. Like they let you drive 2 hours, 4 hours round trip after work in the middle of the week.
Yeah, and it's so stressful getting a new car. Like you gotta talk to the bank, you gotta talk to your insurance, go through hoops, go through all of the negotiations, all of this stuff. I've been talking to them for days. No one told us that there was a dent. No one told us that the previous owner was a smoker. And
no, they told you they didn't know there was a dent. They didn't know they were smokers.
Right. When, mind you, my husband noticed the dent. Like we pull up, we park beside the car we were gonna buy. My husband no more has the car in park than he's like, is there a dent in the side of the door? Like very, very obvious.
Like no tea, no shade. Hoyt is not the most observant man on the planet. Like for him to notice it right away and for them to say they had no idea it was there is actually just a blatant lie.
Yes, no, 100%. And then like I like open the hatch, cigarette smoke like wafts, hits me in the face, and I say, was the previous owner smoker? And this guy who like literally, he is so lucky that I never have to see him again. I would kill this man if I ever saw him again. He leans his head and takes a big whiff and says, maybe. I'm like, it smells like a cigarette. Like, what do you mean? Yes, the previous owner was a smoker, and it was just a terrible, terrible thing. Mind you, we left after work. We drove up there. We were in such a rush. We were getting there 15 minutes before the dealership closed, but they were going to stay for us. We didn't stop to pee. We did not stop to eat. I'm in like a foul mood already, and then this happened. But yeah, I won't go into detail, but needless to say, we did not purchase that car, and we ended up getting a better deal anyway, closer to home for a bigger and better car. So it is what it is. It all worked out for us. But yeah, other than that, we have not done literally anything besides be at home, which has been great.
Yeah, that sounds really nice, actually. It sounds unlike you, but it sounds really nice.
Yes, totally.
So I just had a couple of things I want to talk about bookish wise, like book news.
Okay.
And then we can get into our book today, if that's okay.
Okay. Yep.
So a couple things. The first look, like preview of Sunrise on the Reaping just came out, which, as you guys know, we recapped a few months ago. Amazing, amazing book. Suzanne Collins, Hunger Games World. It's not, I'm not even sure that you can call it like a preview. It's more like snippets. Like there's not even like a single scene in it. You know what I mean? It's just like these really quick snippets of action. But I think they nailed it on the casting. I think they really nailed it.
I need to see whatever video it is you're talking about. I'm so excited. Now it's like next November, right?
Year. Yeah.
Okay.
So I think that's why it's kind of underdeveloped as far. It was just kind of like, here's a first look.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It doesn't seem like, I'm not sure if they're finished filming or not, but it doesn't seem like there's much left. Like all of the snippets are like pretty much the whole movie. Mm-hmm. So we'll see. I'm so excited about that. And Rachel Gillig announced that her new book is coming out next November. The Knave and the Moon.
And is that book 2 of The Night and the Moth?
I'm not sure. I'm assuming so. But yeah, let's.
Okay. Oh, wait. Rachel Gillig. Yes. Okay. Sorry. I thought I was thinking of the wrong author now.
No, that's the right person. But all I got was like a blank white background with like black text because she hasn't obviously released. Yeah, it's the sequel and it's, I'm sorry, September 2026.
Oh, okay. Why?
So yeah, that's not too long to wait. I feel like she's actually on a good timeline.
Okay, well that's really exciting. I don't know if I will read that, if I'm just being completely dead honest.
I thought we both gave it 5 stars. Am I crazy?
I think that we enjoyed it, but like I wasn't taken by it. And oh my God,
was this not Bartholomew?
Yes, this was Bartholomew. Like we liked the book. I don't feel like particularly drawn to it. Like I don't feel motivated to continue reading on with the story. I think that
that's a crazy thing to say.
Yeah, and this is, of course, like hindsight, because there's a very real chance that on the episode I was like, oh, I can't wait for book 2. And like, you know, that definitely could have happened. But I don't know. My brother-in-law read One Dark Window and like absolutely loved it. It's a duology. And so he read both books. And then I just like get on Goodreads one day and I say that he's then picked up The Night and the Moth. And I was like, wait. I didn't tell you. I didn't tell you to do that. And I don't think that you're going to like it. And he texted me back and was like, well, it's too late now. And he did, in fact, read it. And he said, yeah, I flew too close to the romantasy sun with this one. He did not enjoy it. But One Dark Window is a lot less like romance focused. And so it really worked for him. But yeah.
Oh my God. Speaking of men who are reading our books. So last episode, we talked about Rhode Island, and we talked about my friend at work that's from Rhode Island, and he just like found out. His name is Brett. Brett, if you're listening to this, we love you so much. He found out that we had this book club. I guess I don't know how he found out. He goes back and listens to that episode, and I'm like, did you literally listen to your first episode? Was the only episode I've ever mentioned you? So he's like obviously a celebrity. But he's now going to start reading the books with us. So welcome to the club, Brett. Now we have 2 boys. We have Brett and Christopher. We're like, really building out our male listeners.
Audience. Yes.
Our audience.
No, that's so funny. And like, what are the odds that the month that he finds out and then goes and listens to the podcast, I'm like talking about Rhode Island, and you're talking about him.
I know. I was like, wait, I don't usually do that, but perfect way to get you looped into the podcast. Anyway, he lives 100%. Out here in Salt Lake City. He's a perfect little Jewish man. He's single. He's looking for his Jewish queen.
Aww.
I think I said that in the last episode. Like, please send me your Jewish friends that are single in Salt Lake City, and I will vet them, and then we'll see.
Okay, I really, really hope that something works out. That would be just like a perfect situation, especially for this podcast, as we do talk about a lot of romance.
Yeah, exactly.
That's so
anyway.
funny.
He's currently reading Quicksilver. I'm praying for him.
Oh gosh. Okay. So is he like already a reader? Like, does he already read stuff like that?
Yeah. So he was in a book club that was like sponsored by the library in Rhode Island, and they would do just like whatever's the most happening book. But he said it was like a few months delayed because they needed to make sure they could provide enough copies. But I think they read like Lessons in Chemistry and a couple of other. He said there was a couple of romantasy ones, but I don't remember which ones he said.
Okay. Well, that's interesting. Okay, and did you read Lessons in Chemistry?
No, isn't it historical fiction?
Yes. I don't really know. I
Did
just
you
cannot
read
be
Lessons in
convinced.
Chemistry?
No, fuck no.
Okay.
I cannot be convinced. Like, Lessons in Chemistry in my mind, and mind you, I made this up. Okay, so this is not like a fact. Lessons in Chemistry equals Colleen Hoover when it comes to like when people say like, oh, I'm a big reader and they only read Colleen Hoover. Like, Lessons in Chemistry is kind of falls in that same bucket for me.
Oh, that's weird. I was thinking Lessons in Chemistry equals Reese's Book Club equals Where the Crawdads Sing.
I think that those two things, like Colleen Hoover and Where the Crawdads Sing, are in different buckets. It's still, to me, just like one of those things, like people would say this honestly about us, like they've only read Fourth Wing and ACOTAR and Quicksilver and like all of these books.
They
that
don't
are just
know what
like
we
your
don't
classic.
podcast about. Okay, here's the thing.
Yes.
Katie's read 1,000 fantasy books. Okay, she's got a good take.
Yeah, it's just like, girls, we have to do what's popular. We can't just be reading these like niche books that I just happen to come across on TikTok. So
we tried to do that 2 months ago, and look where it landed us.
Oh my God, like, you guys are not okay on TikTok, and we say this too much. Like, honestly, I feel like we talk about it every single episode. The people on TikTok recommending books, like, you guys, have you ever read a good book? Like, I would like to know, because what you're calling good is unfortunately like some of the worst books that I've ever read in my life.
Yeah, and like at best mid. But the thing is, they also, those are the people that put me onto ACOTAR. So it's almost like I can't totally disagree with them because they do know sometimes.
Yeah. I guess so. I guess that's true. And honestly, when we read Fourth Wing, like, we loved it. And then I just feel like the entire series went downhill from there. And I've talked to people about this before, and people have said, like, Katie, Fourth Wing is the same way as Iron Flame and Onyx Storm.
No.
I don't recall having that. I'm sure that if I went back now, like, having the perspective that I currently have, I would likely feel that way. But at first, it was really good.
No,
yeah.
I thought it was amazing. Also, I know people that like Iron Flame more than Fourth Wing. So I'm like, maybe it was. Maybe we're the delusional ones, but I just have a hard time thinking so.
Yeah, no, I think so too. And it's funny because, like, in preparation for this episode, I was going back and trying to see if there was any, like, book news. Like, I checked, like, our classic authors or, like, series that we're waiting on a next book to come out on. And I checked Rebecca Yarros, and there's, like, nothing coming from her. And didn't we didn't we talk about on a previous episode that she's, like, taking a break from Fourth Wing for a little bit and is going to do some more...
Well, apparently she's going to do some more public events. She's been like at hockey games, like all this stuff. And everyone's videoing her and being like, get to work on the book. And I'm like, no, please. Please let her have a second. She obviously needs some time to herself away from the Fourth Wing universe. And I'm happy for her for taking that for herself, because not that I'm going to read her next book, but I think it will help the people who do.
100%. And we say that, and y'all know both our asses will be on here like, our book for July is whatever.
Well, I can't promise that I won't read it, but I can't promise that I'll like it either.
Yes, exactly. No, I feel like at this point, like, we are just hate reading her series. So,
yeah. Well, that's all I have on book news. The Ballad of Falling Dragons coming out April 2026 is not new news, but it seems like that has been the confirmed date because it was supposed to be fall and then it got pushed back. So it sounds like April is locked in, but I don't know for sure. And then the new Wicked came out. I haven't gone to see it yet. I really want to go see it. But Sarah is out of town, my movie watching friend, never to return. I think she's going like to Hawaii, and then she'll be home for a week, and then she's going somewhere else. So I might have to go by myself, literally alone.
Oh, no. Surely you could like drag your husband into it, or like another coworker or something.
Maybe another coworker, but he has to watch the baby.
So true. Maybe y'all could just bring her and she could just talk the entire time y'all are in the theater, or go like during her nap time.
Oh yeah, good point. Anyway, so that's all I have. Now we can jump into this book if you want to, The Gingerbread Bakery by Laurie Gilmore.
Okay, so we'll read our author biography, and then Ash will read us our book synopsis. So this is by Laurie Gilmore. Laurie Gilmore is a #1 New York Times, Sunday Times, and Globe and Mail bestselling author who writes steamy small-town romance. Her Dream Harbor series is filled with quirky townsfolk, cozy setting. I'm sorry, I'm literally dyslexic today. Oh, wait. Okay, let me just finish this. Cozy settings and swoon-worthy romance. The first book in the series, The Pumpkin Spice Cafe, was featured on Good Morning America and was named the TikTok Shop Book of the Year 2024. That's fucking crazy. She loves finding books with the perfect balance of sweetness and spice and strives for that in her own writing. If you ever wished you lived in Stars Hollow or that Luke and Lorelai would just get together already, then her books are definitely for you. Laurie Gilmore is actually a pen name for Melissa McTurnan. Under her real name, she wrote romantic fantasy, including A Curse of Blood and Wolves. I have never heard of that book.
Me either. But let me just say, this is so funny because, first of all, I didn't read this author biography yet. But I remember saying on the last episode, like, what a perfect holiday book, like, author name, like Gilmore. Are you serious? Well, no wonder, because it's a pen name, and she's a huge Gilmore Girls fan, so she wanted to be 100% a Gilmore Girl.
100%. No, that's so funny. And I thought the exact same thing, which I literally just learned. Like, I added this last little blurb in right here because that's not actually even part of her author biography. But so funny because you hit the nail. Like, obviously, the thing that she was trying to accomplish came through.
Yeah.
And you noticed it. One thing that I wanted to say, that I was like having an aneurysm trying to read the middle of this. I took a Unisom last night to try to sleep through the night. Oh my God, I'm so groggy today. So I just want to say, normally I take like half and nothing, it doesn't help at all. And this time I was like, I'm going to take a whole one. Bitch, I cannot stay awake. I'm so stupid and slow. So if the words aren't coming, the thoughts aren't coming, that is why. Please forgive me.
Yeah. I think a lot of people don't know that Unisom and Benadryl are the same drug class. And so that's why you feel like shit afterward. I personally, I remember when I was pregnant the first time, everyone was like, take a Unisom to go to bed. Oh my God. Night terrors, first of all. And then groggy the whole next day. They said it's supposed to help with morning sickness if you take Unisom and B6 at night.
Oh yeah.
There was 1 week where it helped, but at what cost? I could not function the next morning.
Oh my God, no. I literally feel dead. I slept till 7:45, which is crazy for me. I never, ever, ever sleep that late. And then woke up, and it was one of those where I woke up and then would drift off and then be like, okay, I need to get up. And then I would fall asleep again. And all morning I've just felt in a haze. I don't know. Now that said, I did sleep through the night. So
period.
I guess that was nice. But like you said, at what cost?
Yeah, that's okay. Tomorrow you'll feel better because you got the full day of sleep, the full night of sleep. and then whatever happens tonight, and then you won't have Unisom tomorrow, so it'll be good.
Yes.
Okay, so here's the book synopsis. A wedding in Dream Harbor can only mean one thing. Everyone wants to get involved. With Jeannie and Logan set to tie the knot, and Kira desperate to hire out her newly renovated barn at the Christmas tree farm, everything seems to be going well. Annie has agreed to bake the cake, and Mac is responsible for, well, just being Mac. And as the whole of Dream Harbor comes together to celebrate the wedding of the year, with the snow falling around them, can Annie and Mac put aside their dislike for each other just long enough for the I do's, or is that one request too far? Okay, one thing I want to say is there's not a fucking comma in there.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I paused at the right places. There was a missing word. Put aside their dislike.
There was a missing word.
Just long enough for the I do's. Okay. So this actually was an okay, like, synopsis. Like, it didn't give too much away. It gave you the setting. You know, this is fine. Like, I don't think this is bad.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you kind of know what you're getting into in a book like this. So she doesn't need to tell you everything else. Like, she just needs to tell you the premise. She did a good job. And that is that.
That is that. So overall thoughts. What were your thoughts? I have mine broken down into plot, writing, and romance. But if you have yours a different way, you can dive right in.
Okay. I just am freeballing these. So my first thing that I want to say is I hate third person. And this is such like a polarizing topic on TikTok. People will literally post those graphics like, do you prefer first person or third person? And people get so like, they're so staunchly on one side. I cannot stand third person. Like, I feel disconnected from the characters that way.
That's crazy. I agree, but it wasn't something that I noticed until now that you're saying it, because I kept thinking like, did I miss where we swapped POVs? Because it is all third person, so you can kind of shift pretty easily. But like my mind wasn't shifting because it wasn't saying top of the page, Mac. Top of the page, her name. Like, I was just, sometimes I was like, oh wait, whose point of view are we at? Because every name was in third person. So that's a good point.
Yeah, that was something that I kept finding myself being like, okay, I'm obviously reading this chapter from his point of view. But like, I'm not going to necessarily like deduct points for it. I think that I probably just have been reading a lot or like exclusively first person. So then to like make the switch is a little bit jarring. My other point that I wanted to make is I am a certified flashback hater. I hate books that are written in this way. This one did not bother me whatsoever. And wow. I can't explain why.
She's like, a changed woman.
Maybe she is, or I think it probably has more to do with the fact that like these aren't so serious and so high stakes. I feel like in any other book, it's like something major is about to happen in the actual like current timeline. And then they want to bounce you back. And it's like, are you fucking serious? Like, now I have to listen to this story about when they were 7, because it's always like childhood type stuff. So, but this one really didn't bother me.
Okay, I love to hear that, because it was very flashback heavy, and I was thinking like, Katie's gonna hate this, but it's really impossible to do like a second chance romance without having flashbacks, because we need to know the context. Like, why do these people hate each other?
Right.
So for the plot, I put that it was cute. I do love a second chance romance, but I was under the impression it was supposed to be more enemies to lovers. However, it was extremely one-sided. You can't have a one-sided enemy. Like, that's not how it works. So it was really just like, this girl's still mad. This girl's holding a grudge, and because she's still in love with him. So it ended up not really being enemies. So I did get points for that.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's fair.
However, it turns out, so again, I love small town shows. I love like Schitt's Creek. I love the Gilmore Girls. I also thought I liked small town romance novels. Like, I feel like a lot of Emily Henry's end up being like, they're like put into a small town, like transported into it for whatever reason. And I usually really enjoy it, but this one, like, it almost didn't matter until the end. But, like, as soon as we got to the wedding, it was like the town, the town, the town, the town this, the town that. And I was like, oh my God. Like, we don't have to keep referencing the town as, like, a body of people. Like, we get that they're all at the wedding. Like, and all, like, honestly, if it was going to be that way, it should have been that way from the beginning. I don't know. It was weird. So I actually fucking hated that. But anyway.
Okay, that's really interesting. And I like kind of was thinking this the entire time. It will be interesting to see your perspective because you haven't read any of the previous books. Like, you don't know any of these characters or their backstories, or like the town is like a huge part of things. And I guess it's something that I hadn't really realized, but like the town plays such a small role in this book, whereas in previous books it's like that's like a main character in the entire like plot is the town and the town's people and all that. It was even hard for me to find people to write about outside of Annie and Mac in this book. Like, it really revolves solely around them and their relationship and not a lot else.
Yeah, I agree. So that's kind of my take on the plot. And then on the writing, okay, this girl, Laurie, she just makes shit up. Like, you can't have a direct quote surrounded by single quotation marks.
Oh my God.
That's literally made for a quote within a quote, or like an indirect, like, alleged. Like, it's not for direct quote. So, like, my eyeballs were not. This pissed me off from the first page. Like,
girl, like, I could wax poetic. Why?
I don't know. It's crazy to me that you've read all the books under these conditions.
It's crazy to me that I have two. And I remember in the first book, I was like, why did she do this? And then I must have just blacked it out after that.
Is she not published with somebody?
Yeah, she is. I had to pay for the book, so I know for sure.
Yeah, look,
she's
published. It says HarperCollins, which I don't think it's like a small one. I don't know. You guys just didn't read it. Like, that's what I don't understand. Is she not paying? Are you guys not under contract to read the piece of shit that you're putting out? Like, you didn't even put a single real quotation mark around your characters talking.
Yeah, I absolutely hated it. And I would find myself, even like if it had been, you know, like a while, like a day or two since I had picked the book up, when I would go back, I was like, why do these feel like suggestions? Like, whenever someone starts speaking, when I would start reading a quote, it definitely threw me for a loop. I had completely forgotten about it. When I picked it back up, I was like, oh yeah, I forgot that she does this.
Yeah. And then she like won't start a new, well, not always. She won't always start a new paragraph when a new character is talking. And so, like, two characters will be talking the same paragraph with their single quotation marks around. And I'm like, hang on. This is not legible. So that was my one punctuation point. My other punctuation point is she doesn't, as we noticed in the book synopsis, she doesn't always use commas when they are needed, but she loves to use them when they are not needed.
Okay, I must not have picked up on that. What I did,
I think it's on the first page. So let me just show you. But this happens. I think it happened probably 11 or 12 times. But keep going. Keep talking.
What I did find, since I like read on my Kindle, an entire page would be a paragraph, and then I would go to the next page and I'm still in the same paragraph. Yeah. And like, why are you talking so long? Like, move down. I hate reading a page that the whole page is one paragraph.
Okay, this is the third sentence of the book. Her bakery was a beloved, town institution. No comma needed. Then later on, like toward the end, the most recent one I read was talking about like someone at the wedding was making jokes about like marriage being like fishing, and they were calling like the guy's dick a rod. She was like, he was making obscene, rod jokes. Like, no, it's just obscene rod jokes. There's like, this happened over and over and over. And I'm like, but whenever there needs to be a comma, she doesn't know what it is.
Okay, I definitely did not pick up on that, which is really interesting. But yeah, you're right, and it's so funny that she is traditionally published because why did no one?
No one's read her
The quotes
stuff.
is really crazy.
Yeah.
No,
it's really
I
crazy.
completely agree. Like the commas, that's one thing. Commas can get missed, like in proofing. The quotations is next
That's
level.
unacceptable.
That's like, yeah, no, I completely agree.
Yeah. And then the very, very last thing I'll say is like she has like a lot of really weirdly worded like conjunctions. So like she'll say she noticed this, and then she'll like explain that thing for a while. And then she'll go back to the thing that she noticed. And so it would take me a second to figure out like where does that go, but it's just it needed a new sentence, but she didn't want to.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Interesting. I think I have pretty much exclusively been reading like stupid books. And so I'm numb to that at this point. And you're obviously fair, like primed.
I asked for something stupid. I was like, I need something dumb, not fantasy related, because I'm just like, I know I'm going to be in fantasy. All of the new releases are coming out like from now till the spring. So I was like, I just need a break. And a holiday book sounded so good that I'm like, I don't even know why I'm spending the time critiquing it because I asked for it to be dumb. You know?
Yes. 100%. No, that's what I was going to say. Hopefully it delivered on everything that you were looking for.
Yeah. The romance was my last point. I liked it. It did seem to be a little bit overdone on Annie's part, which I'll talk about a little bit more, but it was just like, the grudge of it all was like a little bit overdone. And I was like, at the beginning, it felt really childish and I was like rolling my eyes a lot. But by the end, I was like team Annie and Max. So I think it turned around in the middle.
Okay, I'm really interested to get into it. So let's go ahead and move into our characters. Because at first, okay, this is what I put. At first, Annie is like the worst type A person, like the kind of like fun sucker. She takes everything so seriously, like almost like Paris Geller from Gilmore Girls, like that kind of energy.
Unfortunately, I fucking love Paris.
No, literally same. But Annie quickly kind of like lost that. And while that speaks to like the author's ability to keep characters consistent, I was personally happy to see that go. The other thing about Annie is that there was a huge buildup of these two people both hate each other. And that was such a flop. Like the way at the very, 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 very beginning where when they're at the rehearsal, she like kind of snaps at him. That is literally the only part in the book where she is showing like true hatred toward him. The buildup in previous books was like, she can't fucking stand him. They can't even be in the same room as each other. Like, she's so mean to him, all of this.
But in the previous books, was he ever like a part of that? Because that's what I was confused about. I was like, I thought this was going to be these two people hate each other.
Okay, like, so I would say he was less so hating toward her. He was more like antagonistic, like doing shit specifically to piss her off. And but never like, you know, going too far or anything. And when he would actually like be nice to her, but he knew like how to get under her skin. I just felt like this book ended up being something way different than what I thought I was signing up for. Yeah. And the thing is, this is the 5th book in the series, so she has had plenty of time to build up their story. Like, I have been looking forward to this since I read The Pumpkin Spice Cafe.
Dang. Okay, so that makes me feel better that like other readers didn't know that it was going to be one-sided. And that it was just going to be like, I just feel like the whole time she was fighting to stay in her position of like, I don't like you, I don't want to like you. And he was making it impossible. And I was like, why does he, like, I wish he was meaner or like more antagonistic or something to like make this make sense. Because I put for Annie, well, first I said like, this character is literally Katie. Like, she's so type A. She's ambitious. She's like, her schedule is literally booked. And it was just like, she's like blonde. It's just like giving Katie. But at the beginning, you're right. It was like, it sounds like her high school version was like really similar to you in high school though. Like,
yes.
Like, yes. She still followed like the good character development, but it's just funny, the similarities. So then I was like, obviously I loved her by the end, but I wish at the beginning she was better at like playing that quote enemy role instead of what she was doing. It just felt more like she was, I don't know. I felt like she was making a fool of herself a little bit.
Yes.
And it felt, I don't know, it felt forced. Like she was forcing herself to act this way for whatever reason. Which obviously learning about their past, I would not be any better. Like,
no,
but
100%.
I would be meaner in a more reserved way. I think going out of your way to act like that makes people know that you do have feelings for somebody.
100%.
I don't know. It's just like she needs more ego. Like she needs to protect her ego better.
I completely agree. It was almost like she was acting kind of like childish about things, which is really weird because like if you did the math correctly, like these people are 30 in this book. Just the way that she was acting, like I didn't love. And it's so funny because like everyone in the town obviously knows that these two people have feelings for each other and they like hint at it all the time. And so I don't know, I just feel like by the age of 30, like you're a little bit more self-aware, a little bit less obvious about things like that.
Yes, you have to be.
But not Annie.
No, she didn't give a fuck. But I will say the couple of things that made me like her more was like learning about her career, like doing the bakery, and then like learning about her family being fucking nuts. Like just this big,
that was cute.
Like, you know, come in, come out, you're part of the family. There's a million of us anyways. Like that was really cute. And so the more I got to know her, she was way more relatable. It was just the beginning that I was like, I feel like I'm reading a book about middle schoolers, like literally.
And that's how it felt. And that's, I'll talk about this like a little bit later, but once I kind of like sat back and thought, okay, these people were like college age when all of this stuff between them went down.
Yeah, it wasn't freshman year. It was like post-grad.
Yes. It made it a little bit like hit a little bit harder, at least in terms of like emotionally and like how invested she was in their relationship and everything. Yeah, I don't know where I was going with that. Sorry, my brain doesn't work. But I really did like her family. I love that it was like multiple siblings. And I don't know if that's been brought up previously, like in other books. I'm sure it has. Like Annie has a bunch of siblings. But I was glad that we got to see, like, she named them all and said kind of like birth order, you know, like their roles within the family and everything. Yeah. I thought it was really
scared
cute
to like have more kids because I'm like, I want 1,000. Like Susanna's the best thing that happened to me. But I don't want them to all like be shoved into this little box.
No, 100%. And like, I mean, I'm sure it's just like nothing but pure entertainment. But at the same time, I feel like having that many siblings is just like trauma inducing at all points in time. Like your siblings are always just out to get you.
Probably so. Anyway, I liked her a lot. What did you think about Mac? Which you already kind of knew him.
Yes. Okay. So first of all, why is his name Macaulay? I assume that she's just really trying to play into this Christmassy theme. Yeah, like Macaulay Culkin from Home Alone. That's the only thing I can think of.
Like an Irish name and his last name is Sullivan and they own a pub.
I guess that makes sense. I think that Macaulay's such a specific name, and I only know literally one, and that's Macaulay Culkin, and he is like the Christmas, you know, the face of Christmas, at least in my house anyway. I thought that Mac was so cute the way that he was hung up on her, like, and I genuinely felt like there was real longing on his end. Yeah. Like I agree. He just wanted to make things right. And like, oh my gosh, at one point when he said, it was like, what's your biggest fear? And he said that you'll never forgive me. Like, he is so cute and sweet.
He did seem really sweet. I mean, what he did back in the day was fucked up. And if I was her, I would be mad forever too. But
Same.
Like, let him grovel. He obviously wants to. Like, let him come back, prove that he's sorry. You could have done this however many years ago when you moved back to town, 3 or 4 years ago. And you've just been holding a grudge. Like, let this man prove to you that he still loves you, because he obviously does.
And I feel like he put that energy out there, like that he was willing to do that. And and I understand wanting to protect yourself after like something like that happens and this person has like burned you so badly.
Yeah.
But at this point, it felt like all of their interactions, he was like being really genuine and sweet to her. And so, at some point you got to give him a chance.
Yeah, totally agree. I loved him. I don't really have anything else to say. Like, I have no critiques.
Okay, so I had one other thing, and it was about the first like sex scene when they're in the kitchen. Again, this goes back to the fact that I was sold like a dream of enemies to lovers, and that just felt like it didn't play out the way that I would have wanted it to. This book was set up to be like ripe for an enemies to lovers. Like, they clash when they come together, and the first like spy scene is just absolutely epic. This one did not hit for me at all. I did not feel any tension between these two people. It wasn't like doing anything for me. I didn't really even enjoy it. I didn't even find it necessary, honestly.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't come in with any expectations. I have a section that I'm going to talk about a little bit later with the romance stuff, but that's interesting. Like, obviously, enemies to lovers would have more volatile build up and like tension, but again, I think we just need to shift our minds. She even said it herself at the end of the book. It's like a second chance romance, even though that was like a super lame way to end the book. I think she said they hit different, is what she said. So points deducted. But yeah, I think we just need to like somehow get the word out to people who haven't read this. This is not enemies to lovers, and this is not what you think it's going to be. It's not bad. But just don't go in with any preconceived notion about two enemies, because these are not enemies.
No, I completely agree.
About this actually before I opened the book. I said, I heard that this is enemies to lovers, but they have a past. I don't know how you can really even be enemies with somebody like that you have a past with. And he was like, well, if you have a really bad past with somebody, it's probably like the biggest enemy that you could make. And I was like, okay, well, that's fair. But I'm not getting that vibe. Like, I just wasn't, like, she's mad. She's holding a grudge. But, like, there's no enemy is, you got to have the other person hating you as well.
Yes, 100%. Like, it had to be something really bad. Even if, which I hate a miscommunication trope, but even if it was something happened, there was a miscommunication about it. As long as the two people hate each other and have like
don't really
opposing viewpoints.
This was like the perfect setup to be enemies, because, well, in my head, like, she was doing all this stuff to like publicly shame him when he came back. So like, I just feel like he also kind of had a leg to stand on.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. She just like didn't follow that path. It was really, it was really unfortunate.
Okay. The next character we have, or like kind of like a lump, is Estelle / Dot. I just put stupid. Like, I don't think that part of the plot was really necessary.
Yes.
And I don't know Estelle. Like, it seems like at the end of the book, where everyone goes to her house for Christmas, she probably does have a big role in the town. But like, how would I know that?
No, you're 100% right. And honestly, I wouldn't even say that she has like a big role. It's just that she's Logan's grandmother. So Logan and Jeannie, they are the first book. They're Pumpkin Spice Cafe.
Okay.
And so you obviously get to know, because Estelle is Logan's grandmother, and you also get to know Dot, which is Jeannie's aunt, a little bit more. And I really don't have much else to say. And like, I completely agree with you. This plot point of them running away is really stupid, but it's like, that is the kind of book that we are reading, where there's just dumb shit going on. It doesn't really make that much sense. But let me tell you something I love two old women just doing shit. It cracks me up. Like,
it was funny, and it was funny. Like the reason that they went, like I felt like it was really funny, but it almost. I don't feel like it fit in the book well, but maybe that's just because 100%. I was being a hater.
No, I think that you're right. I think that when you are writing this type of like corny book, you can pull shit out of your ass because people know what they are getting into. It's literally like sitcom, like just kind of like hee-haw comedy. And I don't know that it fit into the book at the end of the day, like the heirloom being this like ratty old nightgown is really funny, but hilarious. Like it's
imagining her holding it up to Jeannie at the ceremony was extremely funny.
No, I loved it. And I also just like Sylvia and the whole thing, like their families don't get along, and like my grandpa always told me that your family was full of liars and stuff like that. I thought it was really cute, but there was a point, because this was like at the very end. I'm reading the book and I'm like, okay, I only have like 30 pages left, and Annie and Mac are not dating
together
yet, and so it felt like a little bit rushed at the end. Like I would have even liked for that to drag out a little bit more. I would have liked to see like even more conversation about all of that. But yeah, I don't have anything else to say about them. But like, again, the side characters in this book are pretty much non-existent. So.
Yeah, so that's what I put. Like there's 2 more bullet points for Jeannie and Logan and Kira and Bennett. I just put, I really don't feel comfortable commenting on a single other character because there was no development for me. But if I was someone who had read the other books, maybe I would have an opinion, but like that opinion wouldn't change based off of this book either. They weren't really involved.
Yes. Okay. I really don't have much else to say. Like Jeannie and Logan, their wedding sounds really lovely. It sounds perfect for a small town. Really nice. Like as a rule, they're not my favorite. I really didn't love their book, but there are other.
You didn't love their book
in this world.
You didn't love the writing, but you read 3 other books, now 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So the second book, which is Cinnamon Bun Cafe, that book was quite enjoyable. Now I'm just going to move straight to...
There's a pumpkin spice cafe, a cinnamon bun cafe, a strawberry pancake house.
Okay. Pumpkin spice cafe, cinnamon bun bookstore. I think it's Christmas Tree Farm. I think that's the title of the third one. That's Kira and Bennett. Then it's the strawberry pancake. I did not read that one because I was not yet in my single dad era. Now I am. So maybe I'll go back and read their story.
Is that Archer?
That is Archer and Iris, I'm pretty sure. But Cinnamon Bun Bookstore was actually decent. Let me tell you something about Kira and Bennett. They were fine in this book. I thought like it was great. Kira got the barn up and running. She basically had just inherited this Christmas tree farm and was trying to like get everything spruced up. And I'm assuming this is like a year after she's moved there. The way their book was literally one of the worst books I've ever read in my entire life.
The way that you just have the perseverance to then pick up another one and recommend it to our listeners.
No, and it's because Annie and Mac was built up through all these other people's stories. And I was like, this is the one. This is the one that I've been dying to read. The other one, Cinnamon Bun Bookstore, is Hazel and Noah, which I did not even remember his name. Theirs was really good. And so I was like, okay, so she has the ability to do this. Kira and Bennett, like, put a gun to my head. It was so fucking bad. She inherits this Christmas tree farm. This is complete spoilers. So, but honestly, don't read it. Don't read the book. She inherits this farm. It comes with like a house. The house like doesn't have power, doesn't have like any furniture, doesn't have like appliances, doesn't have like she has to light a fire in order to stay warm, and she has to sleep in the living room on the floor the whole time because there's no furniture here. And the entire book takes place pretty much in her living room. And
the empty living room.
The empty living room.
The sex scenes?
And like, yes, literally all of it.
God.
And Bennett just keeps coming over and he's like living with her. And I'm like, he has an apartment. Yes. Or go to his house. How about? Like, he has electricity. He has running water.
Yeah, that
it was like so stupid. But their book was way, way, way spicier, at least from what I can remember. And so I was kind of shocked by the level of spice in this one. I'm not going to lie. And I kind of felt that way. Like Hazel and Noah's book was like kind of spicy too. And I thought I was going to get more out of this one. But alas, I did not.
Alas.
Okay. So yeah, that's all the characters that we have. I feel like that even talking about them that much was more than what they deserved. Like no one else in this book mattered.
Yeah, totally agree. Okay, so now let's play favorites. Who was your favorite character out of the two real characters?
Okay, so obviously mine was Mac. Like, can't express. I seriously, like, I love him.
Same. That's what I put, Mac. There's nothing with. Who else was it gonna be? Annie? Like, are you serious?
No, literally, like, or it could be like, what's the guy's name? Elliot, the architect from the hotel. Inn. Like, that's the only other character.
No, not a hotel. It's an inn. It's always an inn in a small town. So it sounds like him and Daisy are next.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it does.
Happy for them. Won't be pursuing.
I don't think I will either.
Okay, what about your favorite scene? And I know mine's going to be way different from yours.
Okay, so mine is when Mac, like in a flashback scene, goes to her house and it's like her dad and her sisters are there and like her sisters are being embarrassing and like her dad's being embarrassing and he kisses her like after the fact, you know, he kisses her on the front porch and she's in her little like zip up Christmas outfit. And the reason it was my favorite is because it's just classic Lifetime movie, like Disney Channel sibling dynamic.
Yeah.
Where this would never happen in real life. Like in real life, you would just change clothes, go downstairs and, you know, walk him outside or whatever.
Yeah.
But I thought it was really cute and it just cracked me up, especially the sister. Like I love sister dynamics, probably because I don't have one, but it was funny to me.
Probably so. Yeah, that was a really funny scene. The reason I know that mine is not going to be yours is because you mentioned hating this part last time, but mine was like the whole montage from when they were setting up at the barn with like she had to bring like whatever she made, the gingerbread house, and then they set up the trees and she was like trying to not go back to his house and he's like, no, now we have the cats, like you have to go back to my house. I just feel like that until like the next morning when they woke up was like really the big turning point for the relationship. And I was just happy to have like forced proximity for 1 second to make her just shut up and listen.
No, 100%. And it felt like at that point she really like softened when she's in his bed and she's like, no, please come stay with me. She doesn't want him to go stay in the guest bedroom. It was really, really, really cute. And honestly, it just felt like something about their romance feels like kind of sweet and innocent. And I think it's because it is like second chance. They were so young when all of this other stuff like happened. And so everything between them just feels like really sweet to me and like pure.
Yeah, it does, because I think Max said it, or she said they're like, we feel like we revert back to like our old younger selves whenever we're together, and it's obviously because they haven't gotten to know each other since then. But yeah, I'm like really excited for them. Like I just feel like that was the point at which they were like, okay, maybe we can do something here.
Yeah, specifically Hazel. Yeah, I completely agree. Okay,
Hazel.
What did I just say?
Specifically Hazel.
What did you just say? I swear to God, I don't remember what I was responding to.
I said it felt like the point where they, meaning the couple,
oh my God. Okay.
felt like there was actually something worth pursuing.
Specifically Annie. I'm really sorry. Like I'm fighting for my life.
Okay.
Yes.
I just want to say that we knew we were recording today, and she still did this shit to y'all. So you can
Oh
blame
my
her.
God. Yeah. I'm really sorry.
Okay, now let's talk some shite. Who was your least favorite character?
Kira, sorry. Like I said, I'm going to be mad about the Christmas Tree Farm book for the rest of my life. Kira could do literally nothing and I would hate her.
Okay, perfect. I don't have a least favorite character. I only had 2 characters. So, like, and I like them. I want them to be together. So, I don't have a least favorite.
That's fair.
So, yeah. What about least favorite scene?
Okay. When we got to the part where she is waiting in the booth on him the entire day to show up so that they can finally like reconnect. Like that made me hurt. And the thing is, at this point in time, she's 20, like sophomore year in college. And that kind of put things into perspective for me a little bit more. Like if this was freshman year of high school, it just seems kind of silly. But like when you're 20, you're like seriously have like serious feelings for people. And so it just killed me to think about her sitting there literally all day waiting for him to show up. Like, kill me. I hated that.
I hated that too. And it was just so cowardly to not just like pick up the phone and say, hey, I'm not coming today. He even said that he went and saw her sitting there.
Right. Like he was physically there. He just didn't go inside. It seriously hurt me so badly. And then I had kind of like runner up, which is not a scene, but just the simple fact that he tattooed her name on him. Like
I forgot about that.
Like, okay.
Like what?
That
no, he was clearly in an unwell position when all of this happened.
Yes.
It sounds like through like multiple facets of his life, like decision making, feeling, like emotional processing, like all of it was fucked up.
Yeah. So. And I just feel like that part could have been left out. And I'm sorry, like if I was Annie and someone told me like, I got your name tattooed on my ribs, I would be like, that's weird. Like, I don't care. That's not sweet. Cause she's like, you know, gently touches it with the tips of her finger and it's like, you did. And like, I would be out the door so fast. Like that's fucking weird. It's like giving stalker almost to me.
No, it's crazy. And I don't know. Have you ever seen Vanderpump Rules? I don't think you.
No.
Okay. So there's like these 2 couples which are no longer with us, but they were like kind of at the beginning of the seasons. The 2 husbands are best friends and they went and got tattoos of their significant others on their butt, which is like hilarious. But they're like this is like drunken Hollywood boys, you know, whatever. Yeah. So the nickname that one of the couples have is Bubba. So he got Bubba on his butt and like the wife loved it. She was like, how sweet. Oh my God, I love it. So cute. The other guy got an A for Ariana. You know Ariana. Okay. Her ex-boyfriend Tom got an A on his butt and it was like red and like supposed to be flames. But she was so fucking mad. She called it the bacon A for like the rest of their life because she's like, this looks like a piece of bacon. It looks disgusting. Why would you get that? Like she like wasn't happy and he was obviously upset. But she was like, what made you think I would want you to tattoo my name on your butt cheek? Or like my initial. And I feel like I resonate more with that.
No, 100%. And like as we saw, like Tom is literally like a psychopath and so that feels right. That feels like this that kind of behavior is psychotic. So
no, that should have been a red flag. But anyway, I'm not opposed to like people having tattoos or like even getting a tattoo that's like significant for something. The name is crazy.
Yeah, like you didn't speak to this person for 8 years while you were out on the road, yet you got her name tattooed on your body. Like, make any sense?
Like, okay, she's like, oh, I feel so bad. Like, I didn't respond to your postcard from the Grand Canyon. Okay, you had a phone. He could have texted you. He could have called you. Like, he sent you snail mail once. Like, after the whole year of you guys trying to make it work long distance. Like, what the fuck?
Right.
Anyway, stupid. I love that. I love that you
Yep.
picked that.
Okay, what was yours?
Mine was that I didn't like when they had to go get Estelle and Dot from New Hampshire. It just, first of all, confused me about where Dream Harbor is supposed to be. I was imagining Midwest, just based off the vibes. This is Northeast. So now I'm like, what?
Yeah, it is like New England. That's funny. I guess I didn't pick up that like they didn't say that, but I do think majority of people who are reading this book have read like previous books, but they still should have like reiterated that at some point in time that this was like New England. I don't know where it is. I was picturing, because they said New Hampshire, I was kind of picturing like Massachusetts.
Maybe.
Somewhere, but maybe
I'm not great with geography,
Maine.
so I don't know, but I was like actually thinking about Maine would make sense. Because that's like more like open land. Because I was thinking like farm town, it's probably Midwest.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe, maybe like Maine, upstate New York makes sense. But like that's not that close to New Hampshire, is it? Anyway.
Maine would be, yeah. You could like get to somewhere in New Hampshire pretty quickly. I really don't know where it's at. And they probably have said it before and I just forgot. So.
Yeah. The other thing, so that's not even the reason I don't like the scene. It's just like, again, I didn't feel like it fit into the plot as a whole. And also, like, they just left the other car there. Like, its battery was just dead. All you had to do was, like, jump it off.
Right.
But they all four rode back in Mac's car. Because I was thinking, okay, great. They're going to, like, have this alone time in the car, which they needed it. It sounded like that was the place where they decided, we'll talk about it tomorrow. But then additionally, I was like, well, they'll have the whole drive back because the girls have a car in New Hampshire. Yeah. So now there's a loose end of this car in New Hampshire.
Yeah, and now it's like just something that you'll just continue to think about, like whatever happened to the car. I don't know. It's just one of those things like in a sitcom that people do, and you're like, but what about? Like, what's going to happen with this situation? And then they never even give you an answer.
No, I know. And then it's like, y'all ever been in a wedding? Laurie, get friends. Get in a wedding. Showing up at 2 p.m. for your hair appointment
would never happen.
Not what's expected of a bridesmaid.
That is not a canon event. Everyone knows you're there at 6 a.m. After
you're
having stayed
the
up
night together the night before.
Literally. And the night before. And also they did rehearsal Friday, nothing on Saturday, or I guess nail appointments on Saturday, wedding on Sunday.
Why was the wedding on a Sunday night?
Okay, this is something that I actually forgot to bring up earlier. This was in my like overall thoughts, but the fact that all of this went down in a 3-day period is so crazy.
That totally slipped past me.
And not even 3 days. Like, it's Friday night to Sunday night. That's only 48 hours. I don't know.
Crazy.
Like, really, everything happens on Saturday.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really something. I don't know. The book was long. Like, I felt like it was long and, like, drawn out a bit, but I never, like, put it together that it was 48 hours. I also, like, couldn't figure out what part of the year we were in. Like, were we after Thanksgiving? Were we before Thanksgiving? I know we were before Christmas, but it wasn't quite clear. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just kind of like the nature of these books. There's just, like, a lot left unsaid, and you're just meant to take that for what it's worth, which is not a lot.
Agree. Okay, do you have any hot takes?
Okay. Like, yes. I seriously, like, I loved Mac.
Like, yes.
And I know.
Sorry, continue.
This is, like, crazy, but, like, he was one of my, like, favorite male main characters, like, of all time in terms of romance books. I just felt like he was so sweet and precious. And
since when is that your type?
Him.
Since literally when?
I know. That's what I'm saying. It was a hot take.
Okay. Good. I'm happy that you got something out of this.
Yeah, I did. What about you? Do you have any hot takes?
Yeah, I don't think I like holiday themed books. Like,
oh my God.
I genuinely was like so excited for it because I was putting up my tree when I started it. We had all this Friendsgiving stuff planned. I was like, this is going to be literally perfect for the season. Okay. It's trying so hard. Like, what do you mean you're going to a coffee shop and ordering cocoa?
That was, if I was on a date with a man and he went to a coffee shop specifically, I'm not talking about like at the local market and there's a stand and you get hot cocoa. That's fine. Going to a coffee shop and ordering hot chocolate, ick. Like immediately, why aren't you drinking black coffee? Like, I thought you were a man.
But I thought he got the cocoa for her. Because when they were at the Christmas place, she drank like 4 cups of it. Or at the diner.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because he ordered like a chai and cocoa. I thought cocoa for her. Chai even, like I'm still a little bit like, why are you drinking that? But that would be better than cocoa. Like, what do you mean? And that was what they were saying on the toast like last week, that Prince Harry drinks hot cocoa like it's his thing. And I was like, that feels right. That's the kind of man who drinks hot cocoa.
Like, he's literally never done his own laundry. You know what I mean? Like, sure, you can like have your little things that you like.
Exactly.
It's so weird. So that's like, so the cocoa thing is, it's just like all trying so hard. The Christmas market was cute. It was Christmas time. Mm-hmm. Go for it. I personally hate a winter wedding, a Christmas themed wedding. If you were someone who got married in Christmas, I'm sorry. Mm-hmm. The red dresses, the Christmas trees as decor. No other decor in a barn except for Christmas trees and some little sprouts on the table.
Yeah.
Fuck no. And then a gingerbread house is not a dessert.
No. It was so like cutesy. And I think that just stating like that you don't think you like holiday books is so fair. And I do this every year. I'm like, I need a good Christmas rom-com. It's never enough holiday like focused to satisfy me without being like a level of corny that I'm just like, oh my God, this book was so stupid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's
like
the balance doesn't exist.
So hard. Like, yeah, because the time between Thanksgiving and Christmas is so just like crazy, and you know, just like in society in general, you could have drama happening. Like flights get canceled. You get stuck with your ex's apartment. Like you like there. Yeah, it can be themed without being like themed. Like the town is Christmas themed.
Exactly,
and, so that's
and
what makes
like
it hard.
I think what I'm searching for in like a holiday book can only really be found via like TV series or movie, because you need those visuals of like what everything looks like, and like the feeling of that needs to be visually represented. Whereas in my mind, there at the coffee shop, there's not like Christmas decorations in my mind, and like everything's not feeling so festive. I just feel like the balance is extremely hard to strike, and I haven't ever really read a holiday book where I'm like, they nailed it. It wasn't corny, and yet it still felt like perfectly Christmas.
What I need is like opposite of a lifetime. Like small town girl who lives in New York now wanted to go home for Christmas, but all of her flights got canceled. So she got stuck staying in New York City. Then she was forced to go see the Saks Fifth Avenue display. She had to go see the Rockefeller Center, and her friend made her go ice skating, and she saw the Rockettes for the first time. Like, I don't need it to be like we used Christmas trees as the theme of the wedding in the barn.
Yeah, hated that. And everything was like Christmas lights. Like, everything was Christmas lights. Annie like strung them up in Mac's bedroom, and
okay, yeah,
I don't know.
Purposefully forgot about that, but like to me, the driving through and seeing the Christmas lights at the flashbacks were perfect.
Mm-hmm.
It was Christmas time, and there was appropriate Christmas related activities without it being like, it's a Christmas miracle. The wedding came together.
Oh my God. Yes, 100%. Like, yeah.
So
I think that's a great take.
Okay. Final ratings, Chili's and overall stars.
Okay. I enjoyed this book. I needed something mindless. I just enjoyed their story and their characters, if that makes sense, almost like separately from the events of the actual book. It fell so flat in the way of enemies to lovers. Like, we were sold a pipe dream. I don't even know who the fuck thought to label this enemies to lovers. Like, this is second chance romance, period. That said, I did give it 4 stars. Like I said, I just like these characters. I like their story. Mostly because of the flashback, like the history of what happened with them. I don't necessarily think that this was a great book. And I put 1 chili. Like, the spice was not spicing for me. I think you could even go 0.5 on the chilies.
Okay, interesting. So starting with chilies, I actually put 1.5 because when you think about like the amount, like there's like 3 separate scenes, if you will. And like putting it into perspective, that's in a 48-hour period. So I think it's like enough, but the book was so long and there were so many flashbacks, unless you count like them making out when they were 20, and I just don't.
No.
However, I gave her style points. So I just said, first of all, thank you for not going into grave detail about her losing her virginity. And like, for that being like a completely consensual, like well thought out, like, this is what we're doing.
Yep.
I do wish that the real sex scene would have happened before the very end of the book.
Same.
And I also, so those are things that I gave points for. Things that I like kind of took style points away for were like, I don't think the time to have a confessional is when your erect penis is inside of the girl. Like, I don't think that that's the time to say, by the way, I lied about traveling that whole first year and I was just working at that, creepy motel that people go party at. Can you just finish what we're doing and then you can confess everything, all your love, all of your lies, all of your faults. That can be addressed after we both have reached climax and are then recovering.
I completely agree. I hated that we had to wait all this time because, like I said, this enemies to lovers, quote unquote, it was ripe for like a really good spicy sex scene, and we don't even get spice until the end, and he's like, fuck me like you hate me.
And she's like, I can't because I love you. And it's like, yeah, we fucking know.
Yeah, like, babe, there's 10 pages left. Like, we know how this is going to end. I did not like that at all.
Yeah. Anyway, and I did feel like it escalated to that point, like, fuck me like you hate me, but like you haven't spoken to her in 8 years. I'm like, this is crazy. But also, like, if this could have happened like 50% in and you guys still hated each other afterward, that would have been more up my alley.
I completely agree.
So anyway, 1.5 chilies is what I gave it. And then stars, I gave it 3.5. So I didn't like not enjoy myself. It just wasn't exactly what I was hoping for. And also a lot of it's just like not understanding what I like enjoy in a holiday book, which I think is nothing.
Yeah.
Minimal.
No, that's totally fair. That's honestly higher than what I thought you were going to rate it, just like based off of what you said. But yeah, like, these books are dumb, and you read it because you just need something to read that's entirely mindless, stupid. You don't have to get invested. I do really think that the bulk of this story that like had value was from the flashbacks and getting to see like the entire history of their relationship, but the present day events were not great.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, so that's kind of everything we have to say about Miss Laurie Gilmore's what was it called? The Gingerbread Bakery. And now it's time to pick the book for next month. What do we have coming up? Katie, you want to walk us through?
Okay, this should come as a shock to absolutely no one. If you were with us, gosh, I guess this would have been 2 summers ago. We read Quicksilver. We really, really enjoyed our time there, and therefore we have no choice but to read book 2 in December, and that is called Brimstone by Callie Hart. I'm really excited. I have been avoiding spoilers left and right on TikTok and mostly on Instagram. Surprisingly, I'm really excited. I have got to do like a recap. I have no idea what happened in book 1.
I was just about to say that. So my friend Natalie, who listens, she just read Quicksilver for maybe it was the first time now, so that way she didn't have to wait. And she was like, just text me whenever you have questions because I'm up to date. Like I finished yesterday and then she went and bought Brimstone.
Okay.
But she sent me a couple of links, and I think you sent me one of recaps to just kind of refresh your memory. So I'm definitely going to have to do that. I might even have to listen to our whole episode just to like remember what the fuck is going on. But I'm going to Barnes & Noble today to pick it up. And I also got a couple of other things to get because Susanna needs some more sticker books.
Oh, okay.
And I'm excited. Like, nothing better than going to a bookstore Christmas time.
That really is like a perfect afternoon. Like, get yourself a coffee, go peruse, see what you can find. For Quicksilver, the other thing is I do need to re-listen to our episode because one thing about us, we don't remember. Like, I swear to God, we will say things on this podcast that is a direct contradiction to something that we said for like the previous book. So I need to remember what I said. I need to remember what I thought so that I can go into this one like understanding where I was at when I left off rather than mentally. Just relying on relying on the distance, because I really only remember like the dead end of the book and not much else.
And am I crazy? Did you not rate that like one of your best books of last year?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
I would say I probably rated it 4.5 stars, if not 5. Like, it was one of my favorite books.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to have to listen to us back, but I'm so excited. I want to jump in like right now, tonight, but again, like I just need to do some homework first. I'm probably going to wait a couple days, but in the interim, I did go to a local bookstore and I got The Guest List by Lucy Foley. It's like a thriller.
Ooh.
She has like The Paris Apartment, I think, and a couple of other ones. But it was like on sale and I grabbed it. I was so excited. So we'll see. I haven't read a thriller since probably I read Verity. So I'm a little nervous.
Okay. That's so funny because last night, I finished this book last night and I was looking at what I should read next. Did you read The Housemaid?
No, I wanted to buy it the other day because the movie's coming out, but I don't think it comes out for a while. I'm going to read it like right before I watch the movie.
Okay, because I almost read it and because I want to read it too, just because like I want to be able to watch the movie and like understand the differences between the two.
Yeah.
For some reason, I thought you had read it, but that's kind of like floating around on my radar. I have 5 books left until I hit my reading goal for the year. I kind of don't know if I will do it, but this year I'm just like, it's fine.
I feel like a thriller is perfect for this time of year too because it's so fast paced. You can just get it out of the way.
Yes, 100%. And like I'm about to have some time off and like especially in December, I think I'm taking the entire last 2 weeks of the year off. So I'm planning to just like read Love Island Australia and just kind of take it easy. So yeah, maybe we can do Housemaid together at least when the time comes. I need to figure out when the movie comes out.
Look, let's just look right now.
Okay.
Because it's Amanda Seyfried and Sydney Sweeney. Okay, let's see. That's going to be good. I did not watch Euphoria, but she slapped in Handmaid's Tale.
Oh, did she really?
Yeah, she crushed. It's coming out. When does it come out? December 19th. So we actually don't have that much time.
Oh, okay. Maybe we should read it.
Maybe I'll grab that while I'm out.
Maybe you should. Okay. I just started another book and I really need to read Brimstone, but we need to read that before the movie is in the zeitgeist and they're talking about it specifically on the toast, because I don't want to be I don't know the premise of the movie. I have no idea what happens.
Should we go while I'm home for Christmas? That would be so fun.
Can you read it by then?
Do you like the movies? I fucking love the movies. Yeah, I can read it by then probably.
I fucking love going to the movies. The boys can just keep the baby and we'll go.
Perfect. And I've also got to do her, you know what we could do? I've got to do her pictures, her 2-year-old pictures at your house again. We can do that and then go.
That sounds like a lovely day.
Yeah, I'm so excited. I know this is like post book banter, but like I have purchased an ungodly amount of things for her to wear during Christmas. And so she's going to be dressed like the amount of dresses I just purchased. I'm like, whatever, I'm just going to throw her in a dress every day. I'm so excited.
Yeah. She's going to be dressed to the nines to just like go to Walmart.
Yeah, literally. But I'm so excited. Okay, perfect. So I'll grab that because the bookstore that I got the other one at had that one on sale too. I'll go grab that book, and it's right beside Barnes and Noble. And then I'll get Brimstone and we'll be good to go. I probably will read this before Brimstone just to like get it out of the way.
Yeah. Okay, so you guys don't be shocked if the Brimstone episode doesn't come out till literally February, because we have to read The Housemaid first. But no, we'll get it figured out. And look, if you guys want to come to the movies with us sometime in December, like shoot us a text.
Yeah,
maybe you can come.
There.
Okay. I believe that's got us for the month of November.
Amazing. Thank you guys so much for listening to The Club, a romantasy podcast where we hope that you don't fall asleep. We love book club. We love having you guys every single month. We're available on YouTube and anywhere you get your podcasts. Please feel free to DM us or shoot us a text or drop us a comment on TikTok if you have a book recommendation for us. We've kind of been slacking on our TikTok game lately, but we always check our comments on YouTube and our DMs on Instagram. So thank you guys so much for joining. We'll see you next month.
All right, guys, we will see you then.
Bye.